Well, very good evening, everybody. Welcome along. It's Monday night. It's a little bit after 9 o'clock. My computer's dying. I didn't even realize the show had gone live. But we're here. We're here with this week's episode of Tea and Talks. My name is Graham. As always, I'm joined by my friend and co-host Jason. Jason, how are we doing tonight?
Doing good. Good. It's the first day of holiday for me, so I am celebrating by doing an episode here. I guess you could say
Yeah,
that. The beers will be had at 10 o'clock. Let's just say it that way.
yeah, quite right. Yeah, this is my first day back after a week's holiday, so yeah, everything's a total panic.
We just pass
But
the
yeah,
torch. That's all it is. Here you go.
yeah, that's it. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we're back, I guess, after another sort of mini break. And as we tend to do, we tend to have a couple of weeks where nothing really goes on, and we manage to spin shows out, and then for various reasons, we end up taking a couple of weeks off, and everything goes crazy in the 2 weeks that we're not on. So that's kind of ironic and hilarious, I guess. So yeah, quite a few things to talk about this week. So we'll be covering some of the big stories from the last couple of weeks, looking at some new releases. Obviously, talking about Project Whatever, because I think we've got 70, 100, and 22, and we might as well find something else to talk about the other one as well. Lots of different projects to talk about tonight because Tops now loves a project. And we'll also be looking at some Bunt as well. So yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks, right? Headlined, I guess, by Topps Definitive finally released. So we previewed it a few weeks back. It's a super high-end Topps product. Don't get very many cards in a box. Six, if I recall correctly, cards in a box for the princely sum of 2,000 of your American dollars, which is, obviously a not insignificant amount of money to pay for six baseball trading cards. And what happened? Well, lo and behold, if there's not some fake autographs in the box. So if you haven't seen it, I'm sure pretty much everyone has, but there's a Tampa Bay Rays card, which is a dual relic, dual autograph card of Austin Meadows and Randy Arozarena, limited to 35, so there's only 35 of these in existence. And it basically looks like they've been signed by a clubhouse attendant or perhaps somebody within Tops themselves. We'll never know. But yeah, for all you amateur graphologists out there, you don't even need to be an amateur graphologist. It's pretty obvious from looking at the card that the card has A, been signed by the same person, and B, not in any way as either of those people, Austin Meadows or Randy Arozarena. So somehow this happened, made it past Tops's stellar QA or QC processes, and made it actually into the live product. It was first spotted about a week or so ago. It feels like forever, maybe more than that now,
Feels
actually.
forever ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, blew out on a tweet. I believe it hit Twitter first. Lots of people picked up on it, and then the tweet mysteriously got deleted. And then a few days later, Topps came out and acknowledged the issue in a press release, stating Topps has been made aware of the questions regarding the authenticity of the 2022 Topps Definitive Baseball dual autograph of Austin Meadows and Randy Arozarena, and we believe the autographs are not of the players pictured. While these types of issues are exceedingly rare, we take this seriously. Sorry, we take this extremely seriously, and will work with customers holding this card to make the situation right. To that end, each and every customer that has received this card will be sent a full replacement box of 2022 Topps Definitive Baseball and a replacement card or card of equal value. So blah, 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 contact customer support. We're confident this is an isolated incident limited to less than 50 cards and resulted from adjustments made to our autograph procurement process as a result of COVID protocols. We're further strengthening our procurement and QC processes to avoid these situations altogether going forward. Both Fanatics and Topps care deeply about our consumers, and we will continue to prioritize the fan experience. There we go. Well done, Topps.
I'm really hoping that like they paid the Bat Boy $20 to sign him and just said, "Hey, let's see what happens." That would just make my day, and some sort of inside joke for the players to do.
Yeah, yeah. But it's really funny. Literally minutes before we came on air, in fact, I signed into Facebook to access the link you send me to so I can join you in the show here. And the post that is at the very top of my news feed is in one of the US card collecting groups. And a collector in that group has hit one of these cards. So the one that's used in the press photograph that I just read, so the article referencing is from, I've lost it now. Not that one, or that one, that's my work.
We don't keep the work chat to a minimum here. Come on now.
Far too many windows open. That's my problem. Oh God.
So well, Mark Josh saying he would buy that card regardless. I think I think it's one of those things that a lot of people are after the card now because it's such a crazy screw up by Topps.
Yeah. So this is the thing, right? So it was from Card Snoop. And they linked me through to Sports Collectors Daily. That's where I was. Sports Collectors Daily. So the photograph they used to reference this problem is on Sports Collectors Daily. God, I can't speak. It shows a reference image of the numbered out of 35 variant of this card. So number 1 of 35, and it's photograph with the 2 fake autographs on it. So literally right before we came on air, the post is 13 minutes old as we speak. Somebody in one of the US card collecting groups has hit one of these cards, and they've hit number 6 of 10. So it's a wider spread issue than perhaps Topps initially thought, because that's both the out of 35 and the out of 10 variant that have got these spurious autographs on them. This one doesn't look quite as bad as the one. Hilariously enough, so this guy hit this card in a break, and in the same break he hit just an Austin Meadows autograph relic card, and that's got the proper signature. So it's got Austin Meadows' authentic proper signature on it. So he got those 2 cards in the same break, and he's put a photo up of them side by side, and well, it's hilarious.
That's funny. Like I said, I really hope it's like the Bat Boy and it's some sort of an inside joke between those two to see what happens. So.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. So of course he poses the very same question, what to do about it, because obviously Topps have put that very healthy bounty on it if you happen to hit one, so you can get an entire replacement box of Definitive, which, as we've said, is a $2,000 product, and you'll get a card to replace the one with the fake autographs to a similar value. Now, quite how you put a value on something like this, I don't know. And this guy's asking the exact same question that Mark was asking. Now I'm torn. So to quote his Facebook post, now I'm torn on whether to redeem it with Topps or not. I'm thinking of testing the market on it. We know it's worth at least a replacement autograph and a 2K box of cards. I'm just really unsure if it holds more value unredeemed or not. So that's a really interesting point. Do you try, if you can get a box of cards for $2,000 and a card of a replacement value? So let's say $2,100, right? I don't know what an Austin Meadows, Randy Arozarena dual signature card would go for. I mean, now it's neither of the rookies. It's not like it's a rookie card or anything. So it's just a mid-year card for these players. A very nice looking card nonetheless, but still. So say it's worth $100 or even a couple $100. Do you get $2,200 for it? Because it's become a chase. It's become like the most ironic chase card now because of the story behind it and the fact that in this brave new world of Topps and Fanatics and stuff this. I mean, this shouldn't happen anytime. No. But so of course everyone's excited for it, and it's become a kind of ironic chase. So do you keep it or do you try and sell it? What would you do?
I'd absolutely sell it. So this reminds me of the junk era, and it reminds me of the Billy Ripken fuckface card. And those things were going for like $100. I mean, and you're talking about millions of these cards being produced there. And I remember opening pack after pack, chasing that damn card, and then buying it. I literally picked one up for like $10 like a year ago. So I don't see Austin Meadows or Randy Rose making the Hall of Fame anytime soon. They'll probably have very long and lengthy careers, but it's gonna be one of those things that's gonna go into your collection. And then when you pass away and your kids get it, they're gonna go, okay, here's his autograph. Here's $50 for it, maybe. It's more of like if you're a collector and you collect those oddballs, then it's worth it for you. But yeah, I'd sell it. Pick the market when it's high. Somebody will want it, and you're down the road, you can probably pick it up for a quarter of the price.
Oh yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. I mean, it's a cool story, but yeah, like you say, once it has its moment, it's like all these kind of cool story cards that we've seen over the last little while, like you mentioned the Billy Ripken, which obviously peaked again in sort of in mid-pandemic in 2020, and then you had the basketball card that had
The
the
Michael Jordan baseball card that peaked.
yeah, that one was, and the Jordan baseball one, and
Oh,
then
you're talking about like the Mark
the
Jackson card with
the Mark
the
Jackson,
Hernandez
yeah,
brothers.
Hernandez brothers. I wanted to say Fernandez, and I knew that wasn't right, so I was trying to.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Hernandez
so
brothers.
so we've yeah, so we've seen cards like that, like peak and trough, recently. But yeah, I think you're dead right. It's just a case of, yeah, get it gone. I mean, if somebody offered you 5 grand for it, you'd probably take the 5 grand over the, like, do you put it on eBay for like a week at 2.5 grand and see what happens? Or depends on how much you really want another box of Topps Definitive. But I would take it. I'd get rid of it as well. I'd be far more inclined to just flip it now, take the guaranteed, the bounty, if that's the right way of putting it. It's probably a bounty.
I mean, I'm curious about the break. I mean, he would have had to pay if you get 6 cards a box at $2,000 a box. You're roughly paying $350 for that box. So you've already, made your take the money and run.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, if you're looking at it from a pure profit point of view, as most of the hobby seem to do at the moment, then yeah, definitely get it gone, because you never know what you're going to hit in that next box of definitive, right? Just take that gamble again.
Yeah,
You might pull
I
some
have no
absolute
idea what's in
monster.
definitive, but I'm not saying there's not worse cards out there. I mean, as far as we know, there could be a shed log DJ LeMahieu dual auto, and we're the only ones bidding on that one. So
We are the only ones bidding on that one. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, get it gone. Like I say, it's a cool story. Take a photo with it. So you have the memory of holding it. But yeah, I'd be handing it back in for sure. But yeah,
yeah,
I
I mean,
thought it
so
was kind of
everything else, like,
interesting.
I have that Billy Ripping card, and it literally sits in a drawer, and I don't ever look at it. So you might as well take the money and run.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I've a whole drawer full of stuff. Yeah, get it back to Topps, get your box of definitive, and good luck to you. And whatever your replacement card is, that's kind of interesting as well. What they'll wind out sending out as a replacement card for it. Lots of interesting questions getting asked around this when this news first broke. Like, do Topps not witness people signing autographs? And we know from experience that Topps don't witness it at all. Like the standard autograph signing process is the player in question receives a bundle, and in it is all the instructions on what they need to do. They get the cards they have to sign, they get the pen they have to use, they get a very strict set of instructions, and then they're left to sign the cards and then return them to Topps. Phil Hughes actually did a really interesting video when he signed for, I think it was Archives or Archive Signature
Oh,
Series,
it
I
was
think.
archives. It was archives. Yeah.
I think it was Archives, like a couple of years ago. I want to say 2020. He put a video on his YouTube of him signing all the cards, and I think at the time, around about that time, I think we discussed it fairly early on in the Team Topps history as well, because around one of the frequent conversations we have around the one of one phenomenon, and the fact that Archive Signature Series is kind of loaded with one of ones because it's a buyback product. So they buy back, it's like a 2000. I have one sitting in front of me, which is a Max Muncy 2011 opening day card, just base card, which they got signed, put a foil stamp on it, called it a 101. There you go, happy days, right? This one's not a 101; it's a out of 60 or so, I can't remember. And to roughly give the numbers, like Phil Hughes had said at the time, well, if like for this product I'm signing 86 cards and 24 of these are 101s, because so there's the 101 discussion. But so yeah, so that's the process. It's not a case of these guys turn up at Topps's office and sit in front of a Topps person and they sign the cards. Now, for some things that did happen, and maybe pre-pandemic, maybe that was a thing, but that's certainly not been the way it's done recently. And I assume that's maybe what they're referring to by saying that this was their new process during the pandemic, which is just send the cards out, get them signed, and send them back again. But I mean, a fool could look at those cards and go, "That's not right." So they've obviously got some work to do, but good that they acknowledged it quickly. Good that they put a decent bounty on it, and I'm sure it'll encourage most people to return their cards. I think some will stay in circulation. They won't all get returned. I wouldn't have thought. Some people will be keen to keep them.
Yeah, somebody will keep them. So somebody will want that, but yeah, everyone collects differently. Like it's because there's a crapshoot.
Yes, that's very true. Very true. So yeah, so that's probably the biggest story that's come out in the last couple of weeks. So well done, Tops. Slightly worse than the crappy collation issues in Series 2, which we've seen. So yeah, I guess it's just a slightly stronger flavor of what we're used to with them. But yeah, unfortunate. Let's see if that happens again. That'd be kind of funny. I saw some slightly better Tops news then. And friend of the show, I think I'm going to call her a friend of the show from now until eternity. But in the time we've been off, both Wave 1 and Wave 2 of Lauren Taylor's top set has been released. So we previewed it, I think, in our last show. In the intervening period, both Wave 1 was available for a week, then Wave 2 was available for a week. Both of them, I believe the print run was 15,000, and both sets sold out within hours. I think 5 or 6 hours. Yeah, both of them had sold out, which is incredible.
Yeah, they figured she sold out, and just her cards alone netted Tops almost $800,000 in the value there. So who knows?
It's not bad, right?
yeah, you're doing pretty good if you can sell out that many for Tops, and that shows them how much money Tops is really making. Like that's just they're printing money with that.
Yeah, and for it to sell out so quick, because as I'm sure we're going to come on to, it's not like every one of these things that the Tops has put onto a limited print run has been a success. A 15,000 is quite generous when compared to, the print runs that we're seeing in Project 100 of like 5,000, and they're not selling out and stuff. So yeah, super cool. We're obviously super stoked for Lauren. If
friend
you're
of the
planning
show.
on being friend of the show, of course, how can I forget? I saw she's at the All-Star game this week, signing autographs. I think she's got a special piece coming out for the All-Star game, so we'll keep our eyes peeled on our socials for that. And I'm 99% sure she's at the National in the next week, the next 10 days as well.
I think she did say she was at the National.
Yeah. So good on Lauren. Like I say, friend of the show. How many more times can I get in there? Yeah, good on her. Yeah, congratulations to her. Like the set was really cool. I was too slow. I missed out on Wave 1, so I didn't bother picking up any of Wave 2. I don't know if you had any success, did you?
No, I didn't buy any there. Like my collecting has pretty much been digital for the last 3 or 4 months. So, I've been more focused on the digital collection than I have the physical one. But maybe it will pick up. Once I get that JOB, then I can actually start buying stuff again.
Yeah. I really wanted to get it, but I was just too slow on Wave. The usual problems, right? Where I believe Lauren had maybe been said that, oh yeah, they should be out at like 9 a.m. Central Time or something like that. Something ridiculous. And I think 5 hours after that time, they still weren't out. I know she was getting hassled by people obviously excited and wanting to buy her cards. So I think they eventually dropped around about sort of dinner time, our time, so sort of 7, 8 o'clock at night. That's if you're an adult and you don't have kids and eat at 5 o'clock in the afternoon like I do. And yeah, so by the time by evening it calmed down, I think they'd already sold out by that point. So yeah, kind of gutted to have missed out. But I might pick up the odd single here and there rather than try to make the set out of it. I'm a fan of her work, so yeah, I'll definitely try and pick some of them up.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm kind of waiting for the secondary market to kind of hit, see what they go for, and then wait another for 6 months, and then pick them up.
Yes, because this is a delicious segue.
Well, that
was beautifully played, sir. Yeah, that's a tap in right there. Because as we've seen,
losing their value. There was an auction ended yesterday on Golden Auctions, and somebody had sold their complete set of Project 70 cards. Now that was a set of 935 cards, retail value just under 19,000. Now it would have been probably closer to 15, 16, but if you bought the discount ones there, and it sold for the grand total of $2,598. That's it. That's the return that whatever the seller put on there. That's what he got from that. So obviously, what I posted on Twitter, and it caused a bit of a ruckus in the industry there. And, and my phone I had to turn the phone off for a bit because Twitter was blowing up with people going, "I can't believe it sold for that much," and what were people thinking? And whoever the buyer was, congratulations. Like that was, I mean, just for the one touches alone, you've got yourself a bargain there. And I'm sure they probably cherry picked the favorite artists they had there. But that kind of shows you of where people value Project 70 at the moment. That you can basically get a brand new set for $3,000. So
Yeah.
so it was an interesting one. I had a note about it. I literally picked it up in a group and saw it. I'm just like that's scary because I know I spent more than that alone on my cards. So if I waited just a few more months, and I could have picked it up cheaper. But I mean, my question is, how heavy is that going to be to ship it? You're talking about 1,000 cards here.
Yeah, like pretty much 1,000 cards in 130 point top loaders, which are pretty heavy as it is. So yeah, I mean that's unbelievable. Like it's a lot of the comments were, "Oh my God, you could like it's worth that for the top loaders," and it pretty much is. That's yeah, that's insane. I mean that's a really good comparison to draw. Do you get one box of definitive or the entire Project 70?
Yeah, I
Because
mean, gosh,
the costs are so similar.
Exactly, and I guess it's your collecting style there, and like there was people arguing about the cards are crap and they were pumped up. I said no, they actually really weren't. Like people bought it because they bought it. The first 100 cards, sure, people were absolutely pushing it, but once you got the last 800 cards, nobody was really kind of pumping them up. I think people are buying because they liked it or they're picking a certain artist. I mean, I collected various artist sets there and tried to avoid picking up various artists I didn't like. I don't think I have an Action Bronson card in my set.
That's because I bought them all.
Yeah, exactly. And it just kind of shows you it wasn't for everybody. It's just not one of those things. But you can't pick up an Alex Pardee set without paying at least retail value for that. And
Yeah, well, yeah.
and
I
then
mean, I guess friend of the show has something to do with that as well, right?
yeah, exactly. You can pick up a couple of singles here and there inexpensively, but for the most part, you can't find them under retail value. People are kind of picking their sets together. Prices are dropping, but you're still finding cards going from anywhere from 20 quid to 100 quid. So, it just depends on what you're collecting, what you're not.
Hmm.
But yeah, Project 2020, Project 70, Project 100 are definitely the Marmite of the collecting community at the moment.
They certainly are. They certainly are. And what of Project 100? Obviously, Wave One's been finished for a while now.
So the tops will announce the summer edition. So again, remember it's seasonal. So spring
Of
edition
course.
came and went, and as you alluded to earlier, it's a 3,999 card set, and not many of them sold out. I think we only had four of the sets actually sell out there. So again, it's hard to say. I really wish I knew the numbers that had sold out, so you kind of had an idea of how many people bought them or not. But they're going through with the summer set, and artists are announced next week. So we'll be covering the national show next week. We'll have the preview what's going on, but the week after that, we'll know who the artists are. I guess it's probably again 5 artists you don't know, and be curious to see what it is. So funny enough, my Project 100 cards are on the way right now, and I will have my Dembski cards here, and my J Rod card. So I'm
Very
looking forward to
excited for the
see.
J-Rod card.
I'm very excited for the J Rod card. Oh man, I'm already gutted I didn't spend more money on J Rod cards before the season started.
See, he's in
So
the home run
hopefully
derby, right?
he is. Yep, absolutely. I'm
So
really
that's
hoping that
guaranteed to ruin his career.
it's funny you say that because I was just like, oh gosh, do we really have to put him in there? His swing's gonna be screwed up for the second half.
Yeah.
So but it is what it is. But yeah, I guess I need to start going back and trying to find all those J Rod cards and try to get an autograph because it's gonna go up in price. So
Yeah, his stuff's just gonna rock it, I think. Yeah. But yeah, it would appear that despite Project 70 now being available for basically under cost and or for the cost of 20 cards, you can pick up the entire. No, that's terrible math. For the cost of 200 cards, you can pick up the entire 1,000 card set. Project 100 can be a bit meh. Project 70, everyone was down on. Topps have got a new project coming. Yay! Topps Project 2022. The
Oh, we're gonna
greatest.
talk about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right.
the greatest players and the greatest artists. So 11 hours ago, the Topps official press release came out. But I feel like we've known about it for more than 11 hours, so they must have tweeted about it.
No,
But
they tweeted it at least a week ago there but it's Tops UK. It's not Tops.
Topps UK, because it's soccer. Soccer. Topps have teamed up with 22 of the world's biggest artists to make one of the greatest trading card sets we've ever produced. Renowned artists across the world are contributing fresh designs in a variety of styles, making these cards a must have for any collector. Find top players, rookies, and all-time greats from UEFA's elite competitions, printed on specialist thick-cut cards and sent out in a one-touch case. So it sounds like Project 70. Look out for numbered parallels no higher than 22, and rare signed artist proof cards to be found with lucky orders. Cards will be released weekly on Topps.com. Remember to keep an eye on Topps social media for the next card releases and print runs. So apparently they're going to go back to doing print runs again. So there you go. Coming soon to Topps.com. So that's a press release on uk.topps.com, but it references Topps.com that you're buying it from. So who knows where this thing's going to pop up, because that would contradict what I thought they were doing as well. So I guess sorry, go on.
I would say, I mean, it makes sense to come from Topps UK because the market here will be 100 times bigger than the US market there. Like, I know people are mad for the soccer cards there, but I know in one of our chats they already kind of said, well, how am I going to get the cards in the UK? So who knows? Maybe they'll do both. No idea, but
Yeah.
it makes sense. I do know Tyson Beck is involved. He commented on the post, so we'll see who else is, if there's any other regular names we know. But yeah, I've got baseball cards. Like, I'm not excited about it. It's gonna take a lot to get me excited about this Project 22 for football cards.
So I mean, Tyson Beck's been involved in top soccer cards for quite a while, so not surprised at all that he's involved in it. The interesting thing about Topps and the licenses that they hold for football cards, soccer cards, is they don't have very many of the licenses. Now they've not gone full Panini and do airbrushed pictures and stuff like that. So they don't have the license for the English Premier League, for example, and they don't have any of the other top European leagues. Panini has them all. So what it is there, but they do have the UEFA competitions. So it's teams who are in the Champions League. So it's like, the top four teams in Europe and the top two teams from the rest of the major European leagues. In broad strokes, you can get annoyed at me in the comments for that as a generalization. The Europa League, which is like the tier below, and then the Europa Conference League, which has teams like Dundee United in it. And I mentioned Dundee United specifically because I was at a Dundee United game on Saturday. And also, interestingly enough, the Women's Champions League. So it'd be quite cool if it's like a mash of all of those. Like I say, most products that Topps release will be specific to one of those four competitions. So you'll have a Champions League set, a Europa League set, Women's Champions League stuff. So if it's going to be across all of their licenses, which we hope, then it could be kind of cool. Like I say, if Tyson Beck's involved, there'll be some pretty awesome looking cards because Tyson Beck does some pretty cool stuff. I know you like him because he does a lot with fire, with Topps Fire. So yeah, so I thought you might be interested in that. So interesting parallels with the baseball ones. Obviously, thicker cards in a one touch, so it's just going to be the same as what they've done for Project 70. I've forgotten all the names of them. Look out for numbered parallels and the artist proofs to be found with lucky orders. So they're making the parallels, which we'll assume will be a foil out of 22, and the signed artist proof cards. It looks like, reading this, my interpretation would be they're going to make them chases again. They're going to make them chase cards again, and not just pay to play.
Fingers crossed. I think that's That's what's killing Project 100. Was there's no chase cards there. Now I don't need the chase card. I'll buy the card regardless, but it's a nice bonus to get. Oh, sweet, I got a card. But knowing they're not there, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Beautifully summed up. And also, we're going to go back to releasing print runs according to that as well. So, lots of exciting news.
Would you buy? Are you gonna have a Morton card? Would you buy?
A Morton, if I'm wearing the Morton shirt tonight, not nearly a high enough level to threaten any of those competitions. I was very lucky that Morton were included in the SPFL stickers, sorry, that Topps did last year. So I did get to complete my Morton set. Complete the sticker album as it goes. So yeah, there were stickers of Greenock Morton, but unfortunately the Scottish Championship isn't threatening the upper echelons of European football anytime soon.
Not yet.
Not yet. I appreciate you bringing it up though.
Well, you're wearing the shirt, so you know.
I'm wearing the shirt. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Soccer cards, I think in general are pretty, they're pretty hot right now, but mostly the Panini ones. I actually picked up some top soccer cards. I have some here, right beside me. Ooh, shiny sapphire. Which were £250 a box. So let's see what we'll do with those. So yeah, so the market for them is still pretty high, but it'll be interesting to see how the project thing goes. So Topps are also, they do, obviously for baseball, they do living set, and they did the 150 years of baseball set as well, like a couple of years ago, which I collected 2 complete sets of that stuff actually. So they've been doing the same thing with football. So they've been doing like a Champions League living set. I believe it is. I'm just rapidly trying to get back to the Topps homepage so I can confirm that. But just been selling pretty well by all accounts. So they definitely have fans of their soccer cards. 30 seasons of the Champions League. There we go. Which is like a weekly set. You're buying, just single cards, £8 for a card, or 20 quid for the 3 set, just like we used to do for the 150 years. So they've been going well.
Price, what do you think? Do you think they're selling for 20 quid a piece? Where's the price point on this? 15 pounds, $20?
Yeah, I would say so, because they'll sell it in the US market as well. So yeah, I imagine $20, whatever that converts to these days in British groats. It's about £20, I think.
Like 18 pounds exchange.
Yeah, Jesus, exchange rate is grim right now. So yeah, I imagine the usual $20 price point.
22. Maybe you raised it. It's 22 now.
Golly.
22. Yeah, because again, I forgot to mention that there is the DJ Ski and Gregory Siff All-Star Game sets that they did. So Ski did a Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 card with Mookie Betts and Mike Trout, and Siff did Aaron Judge and Alonso, and that was limited to 2,500, and that still has not sold out yet, and it's been going since Friday. But yeah, $22 a card. So it's obviously going up. So same thing with Project 100. I'm wondering if it's be at 20 or 22 per card.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope not. That's the best way of putting it. Life's getting expensive enough without them tacking an extra 10% onto the price of their trading cards. But interestingly enough, the 4-card bundles are sold out.
Yeah, the 4 cards, because you can buy all 4 for, I think it was $70 or something like that. So
78.
Well, there you go. You saved all of 10 quid, $10.
Yeah,
you bought the bundle.
But to be fair,
I mean, that was
limited. Like for Project 100, when they were doing the multi-packs, they were $20 each or 5 for 95. So you're only saving 5% by buying a 5-pack. Like $10 off of what would have cost you 88. It's a decent saving. It's like a 15% saving.
Yeah, but I mean, you're still talking. I think you bought the 4-pack for $70 previously. I mean, it's obviously gone up a little bit here and there, but it's just a tough one. Like I said, you don't want to see the prices increase already. So it's the Fanatics effect, right? So yeah, see, it goes up in price and you complain about it. Let's blame
Fanatics. just like everyone blames the president or the prime minister for the petrol prices when it's nothing to do with them. But anyway, yeah, interesting stuff nonetheless. Interesting stuff. So that's Project 70 covered. Project 2022. What about
Project
so
100?
we've done Project 100. So what's one we're missing?
That's it. We've got it all. 20, 70, 100, Tops
Yeah, we
X.
have Tops X. Yeah, we have covered them all.
So Ermsey dropped his set. That's the one we haven't talked about.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, yeah.
He dropped a kind of entertainment set where it's a mashup of kind of Mars Attacks and Garbage Pail Kids and a couple other things mixed in there. And that's not been selling well. And there's a lot of fans of Ermsey. And just one of those things. I think it's just too broad of a thing where you really have to be a fan of Garbage Pail Kids to buy these things. And I don't know. Maybe if he stuck to baseball players, I'd be more excited. But from what I've seen, I've completely given it a miss as well.
Yeah, so the entertainment blend, so it was a mix of ugly stickers, wacky packages, which if you're an OG customer of mine, you'll be very familiar with wacky packages. Garbage Pail Kids and Mars Attacks, so a kind of hybrid of them all. A similar setup to Lauren's set, so 6 cards in a box, $20 for a box. And you have, what do we have here? Artist proofs. So yeah, so 3 of the APs are still available. 1 of them is sold out. So New Wave Dave artist proof number to 49 for $100 is sold out. 3 other ones, Mars Attacks, Human Torch, Ugly Stickers, Joel, and Garbage Pail Kids, Buggy Betty artist proofs at $100 are all still available. And the set itself is still available as well. Now, whether that was limited to 15K or a similar number like Lauren's was, I don't know. I'm very quickly having a.
It was not. It's not print to order.
Scoop. No, yeah, so
it's
not. So it's not limited. I might actually pick up a box of these. I thought I'd missed a boat on these. I thought they might be kind of fun. Some decent chase cards actually. Foil parallels. Blue out of 25, red out of 10, gold 101s. 5 chopped chase cards. 5 chopped chase cards are autographed, and 8 Garbage Pail Kids B-name short prints to be found as well. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so some decent chase cards in it. And yeah, like I say, if you're a fan of Ermsey's style and you don't want baseball players or whoever else he's drawn for us, Winnie the Pooh doing strange things to Betty Boop and whatever else he does on his website.
Shirts are wild.
They're crazy. They're so much fun.
I would love to get one, and I think I would be absolutely battered by my wife if I ever wore it.
Wear one of those on the school run and see what happens.
It would be like, like when you're that 14 years old and you wear your outfit to go out, and then you wear your outfit when you're actually out. You take off everything. That would be the only thing.
Yeah, it's pretty out there. So yeah, Ermsey set is still available. Tops.com, US Tops, for $20. We're seeing a lot of All-Star Game stuff coming out as well. Of course, All-Star Game is this week. Is that right? It must be
tomorrow. So it's Home Run Derby tonight. All-Star Game tomorrow. So
is it tonight? Oh, is it on MLB.TV? I might stay up and watch it.
It is. I will look to see what time it is. What we're doing.
Don't worry about it. Incredibly, they've already got Tops Now sets out. Quite how for the starters. So there's Tops Now All-Star Game cards that are available now, and it's just stock images of the players who are starting, I guess.
I'm just saying that the Kershaw has been named starter, so there you go. For the I mean, it's in Dodger Stadium. It's
so it's going to be stupid. No, so it's going to be a ridiculous o'clock. So I'll be staying up for that. As a slight side note, nice to see the Contreras brothers starting together. I think the first time that's happened since I can't remember who. I'm going to have to look that up now. So yeah, William Contreras and Wilson Contreras from the Braves and Cubs, respectively, the first pair of brothers to start on the same team in an All-Star game for I think about 30 odd years or something. So.
It's been a while, yeah.
That's a pretty cool side note.
It's not the Boone brothers, that's for sure.
It wasn't the Boone brothers, no. I'll need to search it now. But yeah, good that it's All-Star break. Bad that it's on the West Coast.
You know what? Like I the All Star game used to actually kind of mean something. I guess with the thing there now, it's kind of a glorified. It's just a glorified game. Like they take it seriously, but they don't take it seriously. I'm glad they got rid of the home field advantage thing. That was just dumb. But I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. Like there's like 48 players from on the AL and 48 from the NL. It's like everyone and their dog is an all star, so it's a
Oh,
bit
that's a good
ridiculous.
point. Yeah.
You know.
What
And
I think did Tatis Jr. win the vote, even though he's not playing a game this year yet?
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, golly.
It's really funny. I don't know. Every year, there's always the fans that moan about the All Star vote and who got robbed. And you know, the Mariners Twitter was quite vocal about Ty France not winning it, despite having a vastly superior year to Vlad Guerrero. But like, let's be honest, outside of Seattle, no one knows who Ty France is. Like, it's,
Well, the only reason I know his name is because I saw that he got in. Because I think Mike Trout's dropped out or something, and Ty France has replaced him.
yeah.
But,
So
but
I
yeah,
mean,
so
you know,
he's
exciting
in
for him.
now. But yeah,
Yeah, you know, it's a few things there. Like you know, I mean, no one's gonna care that the Mariners are the hottest team in baseball right now. And but name three Mariners besides J
yeah.
Rod. You know, it's like you can't do it.
14 straight you guys have won now, right?
14 straight. Yeah, we've got a bit of a winning streak here going on there. So
Golly.
uh, we get tested. Our next four series is I think it's Houston, Texas,
No, the Yankees
Yankees,
have
and
got
then back to
Houston as
Houston
well.
again. Yeah,
Oh
so
my.
but which the funny thing is we've actually owned Houston this year, so or you know it's kind of nice, but it would be a real test to kind of see how we do against your team and the Stros. But
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit excited, you could say. Feels like we got a winner in our hands.
Yeah. So the last pair of brothers to start in the All-Star game, it was in 1992. Do you want to hazard a guess?
Alomar brothers.
Correct. Hold on.
You said 92 because I was thinking like late 90s. That would have been maybe the
Yeah,
Green brothers.
I thought if I gave you the year, it might help you with that.
It did jog the memory, and because
There you
yeah,
go.
I was struggling, and I was like, okay, that early, it was definitely the Alomar brothers. So there
Yeah.
you go.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Good luck to Tops and all their projects. And yeah, the All-Star game. We usually get some pretty cool Tops Now cards in the All-Star game. So let's see what comes out. Do you have a favorite for the home run derby, or do you not really?
I'm a homer, and I'm going for Julio
So
Rodriguez.
you're going for J-Ron. Okay.
No,
Uh,
that's who I'm rooting for. I think Schwarber, Kyle Schwarber was it from the Phillies. I think he's just got that
Schwarber
swing.
win it. Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's just got that swing for it. So, but yeah, we'll see. I think J Rod gets past Corey Seager in the first round, and we'll see after that. He hit. So they gave him a mock BP on Saturday's game before the game, and he hit 44 home runs in 3 minutes. So there you go.
Jeez, what?
If you don't know who J Rod is, you will now know he's going to make his entrance on the game tomorrow. So, um, yeah, if you're looking to buy his cards, buy him now. He's arrived.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I wonder if like if you get a strong performance at the home run derby bumps your cards. It probably does to a certain to a small extent, if nothing else. It's not like winning a World Series or an MVP or anything, but yeah, I guess like you say, it's gonna put eyes on him if nothing else, right?
So to give you an example, is let's see, about we did a card show in 88, 89. So I would have been 14, 13, 14. And Howard Johnson of the Mets had just gone 30 for 30 that year, and I bought his rookie card for $10. Yep, and only because he went for 33. I was like, this guy's gonna be great, and his card's undervalued. He did not do anything afterwards. So there'll always be that sucker out there that be like, okay, yeah, they're gonna bump it up there. I mean, it's a pretty good field out there. So there'll always be someone to go, all right, yeah, I'm gonna throw some money down on his card, and I don't even want to think about how ridiculous his cards are going up. I can see prices already getting sky high as is.
to the moon, as a friend of
To
the
the
show would
moon,
say.
yes. So yeah, I mean it reminds me a lot of when the '89 Ken Griffey Jr. came out, and you just couldn't buy it anywhere in Seattle. Like people were just buying them by the handful. And it's good to know that you spent your $10 on your Ken Griffey Jr. card back in 1989. It's still worth $10
It's still
now.
worth $10 now. There you go. Yeah, it's inflation proof.
Yeah, yeah. So
So the bookies have a lot. Pete Alonso is the favorite, with your man Schwarber coming in second, followed by Juan Soto, who would be a good topic of conversation in a normal baseball podcast, but we'll leave that one for just now. J-Rod fourth, and then Acuna. Pujols is in it. That'd be an interesting outside bet. He's like 409 years old now, isn't he, Pujols?
yeah, I mean, it's a total token thing. Like, hey, thanks for coming out. We'll get you in the game. Do you want to go do it? I don't know.
You'll be in the
It's
celebrity
like I said,
softball game next year, right?
exactly. Yeah. So it's the All-Star game. No one's taking it too seriously. Alonso might take it seriously because he's won 2 years in a row now, and obviously his bats are super powered by Gregory Siff. So hopefully he's doing the bats for him again this year as well, and we'll find out.
Well, that's cool. 8 p.m. Eastern. I just saw that it starts, so it is sort of. It's not a UK friendly time at 1 a.m., but it's
No.
not. But it's not 3 a.m. either. So yeah, if you're burning the midnight oil or the 1 a.m. oil tonight, if you're watching us live, you can watch the Home Run Derby tonight, and then All-Star game tomorrow night, and then Wednesday off, and normal baseball will return on Thursday.
I might actually have to turn off all social media and watch it in the morning. See if I can get away with that.
Really? Oh God! If I'm in the office tomorrow, or else I might have done. If I've been working from home, I maybe would have stuck it on in the background. But I'm in the office tomorrow, so no such joy. We'll see. We'll see. All right, moving on then. Let's quickly cover some new release stuff. I know we've got some bunt and then something cool to finish on. But so we've had some new releases. We're still missing a Stadium Club, which is annoying me. So Stadium Club should have been out. I think the week that we were off, it was due, or the week that we last did a show, it was due out that Wednesday, and then it never appeared. Always a firm favorite. Stadium Club with its iconic photography and all that good stuff. Should have been out that week. It's not come out. It's now slated for sometime in late August, I believe. So maybe they're checking all the autographs in it to make sure that they're not done by like some intern or the cleaner. I know, right? Come on, man. But we have had a couple of releases in the intervening time. Topps Pristine Baseball, which I believe is a brand that they've sort of resurrected for this year. It should have been out in February. In fact, it's oh no, it's not. It's a 2020. I thought it was still branded 2021, but it's not. It should have been out in February. Finally made it out last week. Each box has 15 cards in it for $500. So I think actually, to be fair, I don't think it was that expensive on release. This is one that's actually gone up in price since release. Quite a cool looking product. So yeah, 15 cards, $500. Plenty of parallels and variations and autographs and stuff to chase in it. Quite a nice looking set. If you're in the $500 price range, which I don't think very many people are right now.
Let me check my couch real quick.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, yes, that's the second time you've used that reference, and it's reminded me of another story to bring up. Also out recently, we've had 2022 Topps Archives Signature Series, which is, I already referenced in the show tonight because I have the active player edition, which is the Max Muncy autograph, but the retired player edition is out at the moment as well. I believe this one's actually available on Topps UK, but I don't have to go through Topps' horrific prove you're a human test again to see if it's still available.
Many boats and motorcycles?
Jesus, how many buses do I have to pick, like on your Nokia 3210 level pictures for me to figure out? Oh my god! But I believe it's available on Topps UK for around about £70 or £80, I think. Distributors in the US have this for around $80 right now. So again, Topps Archive Signature Series is a buyback product, so they buy back cards. Could be a base card from previous years, get the player to sign it, mostly on cards, to be fair to them. I think they're pretty much all on card autographs. They get a lovely foil stamp, they get encased, and then they get sold for around $80 for a single card. It's like a kind of ultimate boom or bust product. It's like penthouse or outhouse, depending on what you're looking for. One card in the box, $80, take it or leave it. It's so a reasonably priced product, but not when it's only got one card in it. It's not.
You pulled a shed long Kong on that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, there you go. I bought one off Tops UK just for a laugh. For I think with the 10% discount code for I think £68 or something, and I got a max monthly out of 55. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
An opening day card as well, not even like a flagship card. Flipping opening day from 2021. There you go. So that was my experience with Topps Archive Signature Series.
There you go. That's worth at least $70. So £70 now. It's what you paid
Gotta
for.
Gotta be. I've seen a few breaks for it actually. It's kind of fun in breaks. Like one of the big breakers in the US that I follow, they were doing like a dual case break. So I think 40 boxes in total, maybe 20 in total. I can't remember how much in a case. I'll soon tell you. Breaking it, sort of having two cases in a break and doing it like a snake draft. So you end up drafting two cards. So it was like a pretty cool way of doing it. So you're not just stuck with like the Marlins or Shed Long for the Mariners and stuff like that. You just got to get to pick your hit from it. So that's quite a cool way of doing it. But only if you've got enough interested people, because you're still spending $80 a card even at that. So
yeah, gosh, that's nothing worse to be the bottom of a snake draft going, okay, I'm getting Shed Long. You're just betting on which cards we left there.
You're getting another Max Muncy autograph, even though he's not retiring. So that's what's come out in the intervening period. What do we have coming out next? Well, we don't know because everything seems to get delayed. But Tier 1 is due out. Tier 1 I quite like. It's another kind of high-end product. We're in this real high-end season, it feels like. 3 cards, $200. So slightly cheaper per card than Archive Signature Series is. This should have been out in May, and it's now scheduled to release on the 27th of this month. So a week on Wednesday, we should be getting some more new release baseball with Topps Tier 1. But yeah, if it's already been delayed since, what did I just say, May or March? Who knows? And interestingly enough, the website I'm on has an advert for the 2022 Panini VIP party ticket, which you very cleverly just reminded me of by, I'll tell you what.
Checking the couch for the spare change.
Yeah, checking the couch for that $68,000 to buy your Panini VIP party ticket. So the Panini VIP party happens on the Saturday night at the National. I don't even think this gets you entry into the National on the other days. I know it gets you in on the Saturday for the party. I cannot confirm because I read through it a few times trying to figure out if there was actually any value in it. So you get to. I imagine the party's pretty cool, but for 68K,
is it 68? I mean, I was like, I gotta get my mind out of the gutter, but like, you get a hug all the Hall of Famers there? Is that what
I know, right? So $68,000 gets you a ticket to this VIP party. That only gets one person in. That's not a plus one either. So if you and I were to go on behalf of Tea and Talks, we would be expensing like a lot to the Tea and Talks non-existent expense account. But you get approximately 200 2022 Panini Father's Day packs, 100 2022 Panini National Convention Silver Wrapper Redemption packs, approximately 140 2022 Panini Gold VIP packs, one Panini VIP Gems box, which was formerly known as the Black Box, an assortment of autographs from the athletes in attendance, an assortment of Panini swag, so bags, box cutters, etc., a limited assortment of supplies will be made available for guests to protect and store their cards, a catered buffet with open bar and a chance to party it up. Oh my days! You do get. You also get a ton of cased product, which I guess is where the value is. The night that I sent this to you, I think it was it Saturday night or Sunday night. So I had a real quick read through the list, and you end up with about 20 or 30 cases of product. So it's not, you're not just paying $68,000 to go to some crummy party at the National, but you're getting reputedly around at wholesale price $50,000 worth of product. So at sale price, or if you're breaking it or whatever, you're pretty much making your money back off the off the sealed wax they give you, and you're getting the party for free. And obviously, you have to put the effort into like to sell all the stuff, but it's not, you're not just paying that ridiculous amount of money just to get into a party at the National. And you do get, like I say, about 50 or 60 grand's worth of product for that money as well.
The exchange rate we were talking, it's £57,000.
£57,000. There you go. So £114,000 on the Tea and Tops expense account to get into a Panini party. It's not even a Tops party. We'll need to change the name of the podcast for 1 week only. Yeah, there you go. Good luck to you. I imagine. I mean, for some of the big players and stuff, 68 grand's nothing. Especially especially with all that product that comes with it. So yeah, if you see your favorite American breaker breaking a lot of Panini Asia edition product in the next few weeks, you know where they got it from, because a lot of it was Asia edition stuff, so, which is difficult to get. So yeah, you know where they got that from if you see that from your favorite breaker in the US. But yeah, I guess we could talk about that a bit more in our national preview show next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we were talking about digital collecting, or you were talking about your digital collecting. So we'll move along to Bunt.
But Bunt is obviously still keeping you busy. It's one of my craft is all it is there. But yes, since we last talked, they've released the All-Star base set, which are pretty cool. So it has all the All-Star games, and there's the variations there. The rare has like a gold set there. There's a signature set there, a relic set there. So that's been a lot of fun to kind of chase. I've opened a few packs there, trying to get my J-Rod collection going up there. But the fun bit about that has been the award is mystery, so no one knows who the mystery card is going to be. So you just have to finish the set out and hope you're going to get Shohei or Trout, and pray it's not some. I was looking at some of these guys All-Star games, like David Nedbar from the Pirates. I was just like, ooh.
I imagine whoever picks up the All-Star MVP will end up being the reward card, right?
Could be. It could be something like that. It could be like the home run derby champ or something like that. Or
yeah, that's cool. My bet.
Or if cool if you did say a past All-Star MVP, that'd be kind of fun.
That would be quite cool. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's out now. I think there's still like another 10 days left on it there. If you're in the Tops European group, I've started posting the set each week, and if you're collecting and what you're collecting. So if you're not in the group, give us a shout. We'll put you in the right direction there. And I'm just trying to get more people to kind of trade within the European group and build it up that way. Many people have been playing for years, and they have a good set of friends they trade with there, but just trying to encourage more of the European players to trade with each other. It's always hard because we're such a small group of us. I think the group's at like 40 of us now, so it's not too bad.
We've had a few people join recently, which is kind of cool. So I think it's kind of picking up again, which is nice. But then, like I say, it's getting more and more difficult to justify paying for physical products. So as we've discussed many times on the show, if you can scratch that itch with the digital version, then why not? Then go right ahead, right? You don't have to spend any money of it. It's still a lot of fun.
Nope, I quite enjoyed it, and it's funny enough, I was getting excited. We talked about all these like new releases are coming out. Like I'm looking forward to the Stadium Club digital release. Like I'm gonna buy a lot of this.
Yeah, Stadium Club's beautiful in person, but it translates really well onto digital as well, because it is so much about the photography and not so much about the card design. So it's you're just collecting pictures basically. So
same thing, Gold Leaf Tier 1. Looking forward to those coming out there. So it's funny. So currently, the latest sets come out is Gypsy Queen Series 2. So again, more crafting for you. So the craft
so over the crafting still.
Yeah, it is a slog, but it is the City Connect versions crafting ones there. So if you're after that set, I'm just doing the base set. I think the cards are cool, but I'm not chasing anything other than that. It had the home run derby champ. You got to pick your card between all 8 people, and you got to do that. So again, went with J-Rod on that, and so that's be kind of fun. I literally picked it because I just wanted the J-Rod card. I didn't actually think people would. But you never know. I don't think it's going to be Jose Ramirez, but people are picking up the card because they're, I want to say Indians fans, but Guardians fans, and just want the J Ram card. And then one that got released today is Moonshots. So
Yeah.
Moonshots has the longest home run by each team all set there. So that's kind of fun. Again, it's a motion card. So if you own the card, it does a little motion on that and kind of goes to the moon, I guess is the best way to say it there. So yes, I've started collecting those ones because I'm a sucker for the motion cards, and I really like them. It's just something kind of fun. But yeah, I'm really waiting for Stadium Club and a few other things to kind of drop my 8 million coins on.
Yeah, I've literally been checking in every day to pick up my mystery box, which gets me my daily ticket, and that's it. Frustratingly, I've just checked just now, and I've managed to miss a day. I think with being off on holiday last week, I must have missed a day because I've only got 17 daily tickets, and today is the 18th of July, so I've managed to miss a day somewhere. So that's really annoying because every month I seem to miss one day. So that's super frustrating.
Either.
No, I know, and you can't do anything, just screwed. So yeah, that's disappointing. I thought I was keeping up with this one. So that's another month where I'm not going to finish it, but never mind.
Well, I think you usually miss like one day. So, is it a 31-day month? I think you're okay because I think it only goes
It's
to 30.
31, yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah,
there you
that's
go.
true.
So,
I might be all right. I might be all right. Super frustrating. Never mind though.
but yeah,
But
no, it was
yeah,
fun. They announced there's going to be some All-Star game cards coming tomorrow. I think I don't know if when the game starts, or I'm guessing 6 p.m. our time because everything is released at 1 p.m. Eastern time there. So keep your eyes out for that. It looked like there was some kind of fun relic cards in there, and anything they can do to keep you on the app 24/7, they're pretty much doing it these days. So.
yeah, yeah. Well, they certainly are with these crafting challenges, that's for sure.
It's a 50
Golly.
cards is a bit of a slog.
Like that's the only thing. That's the only thing that's put me off it is the fact you have to sit and craft 50 cards, and I just can't be bothered. No, no, not gonna. I'm not gonna sit and put that much effort into it. If I do it through the course of like doing other things, so over like 3 or 4 days, rather than just sitting and craft. If it's 20, you don't mind just sitting and doing 20. It only takes like a couple of minutes. That's even if you're just crafting base. You can knock that out fairly quickly. But yeah, to do 50 is just it's a step too far for me. They've gone too far with it. They've taken it too far. They've taken it too far, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, because there's only so many physical cards you can craft at a time. Even though it's 10, you gotta have all those saved up so you can do it. So,
Yeah,
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 it's a slog. It really is.
it really is. It really is. All right, cool. So we can probably look forward to some pretty sweet Tops Now stuff in Bunt, and also physical Tops Now over the next few days, with it being a home run derby and the All-Star game. So let's say next week, I think we're going to do a bit of a national special. So a bit of a kind of idiot's guide to the national, even though we're two idiots that have never been to the national. But we'll take a look at some of the events and stuff that are going to be on during it, and yeah, give that kind of breakdown. Unfortunately, it's not transpired that we're going to be able to go. The current economical climate, I think, is probably the best way of putting it. But yeah, when you're looking at $1,000 for flights and probably the same again in hotels, it's
If you're lucky,
if
we couldn't
we're
even find a
lucky.
hostel at that price.
Yeah. Wives take a lot of convincing to try and justify that. So not going to happen this year, unfortunately. Hopefully, the world will be in a better place next year, and we'll find ourselves in Chicago covering the national in person. But yeah, next week we'll do our little remote version of it. But until then, this week's episode will be out as a podcast, available from this Wednesday. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts, you should be able to get us on there. But as usual, Jason, thanks once again for joining us.
Yep, no problem. And before we go, we want to give a special shout out to friend of the show.
Yes, yeah, we do.
Friend of the show, Gabriel Rincones, who is born up here. I played with his dad for a few years, and he actually played with him for a little bit there. He was drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies in the 3rd round at pick number 93. So I'm super excited for him. That was higher than he was expected to go. Shame about the team, but nothing to do with that. But when his when his cards come out, I will be probably asking for every card of his that comes for everything there. I will pester Graham for every break for the Phillies that he could
That's
possibly
it.
be in.
Yeah. So we should see, but because he's gone so high, like third round's amazing. So we should see a card of his in Bowman Draft, which usually comes out in December. So we'll keep, and Bowman Draft is like one of the huge products that they will not let get delayed. So yeah, I imagine we'll see Gabriel's cards in December in draft. So yeah, we'll be
Absolutely.
keeping an eye out for them. We'll be putting a bounty on them in breaks and doing some fun stuff with that. So
Yep. I
uh,
will try because he's a friend, or I know him from playing baseball. I shouldn't, like, everyone's his friend now. He's got drafted by the Phillies. Like, I will ask him for some autograph stuff so we can see if he'll send some balls, or we'll send some balls his way to autograph and some cards and whatnot. So
yeah,
and
that'd be
we're
pretty sweet.
hoping to get him on the show a bit, and he can talk about what it's like to be a player and get stuck with all these cards now. Although, see how tired he gets with having to autograph all those stickers
A
that go on
million
everything.
stickers, yeah, yeah. It'd be kind of cool if he picked up an auto in it, but yeah, we'll see. Like, checklist is usually out kind of early November for Bowman Draft, if I recall correctly. So yeah, let's wait and see. Yeah, that's super cool. A name to look out for. Third round's awesome. 93rd overall. Like I say, it's Philly, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was like 195th ranked prospect overall, and so obviously the Phillies must have liked him. He was drafted by the Padres in the 18th round last year, so there was kind of hope that he might have gone to my Padres. And his dad played briefly in the Mariners minor league system back in the day, and so there was hope that maybe it was legacy, and they'd go for that. But well, we're stuck with the Phillies, so all we can do is wish him the best and hope he gets traded. So
Yeah. This will be a good test to see if Matt listens to our show, because he'll start giving you dogs abuse
I'm sure he
if he
will.
listens. So yeah, I completely forgot about that. Thank you for squeezing that in. So congratulations to Gabriel, and yeah, we'll be keeping an eye out for him in Bowman Draft later this year. But yeah, thank you once again, Jason. Like I say, podcast out on Wednesday, and we'll see you once again live next Monday, 9 p.m. or usually a little bit after it, as we like to do, for our national preview show. But until then, thanks again, everybody. Stay safe. Try and stay cool.
Stay
The first thing,
cool. Yeah.
yeah, the first
Stay
thing I'm going to do
hydrated.
is go and open the door to my office, because it's about 40 degrees in here right now, and I'm in Aberdeen, so I'm not even getting the worst of it. So I'm not going to complain. But yeah, stay safe, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next Monday.
All right. Have a good one, guys.